Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life, as by the obstacles which he has overcome. These wise words by Booker T. Washington remind me of the time I learned how to play the bass in 8 hours. It had been my dream to be a good bass player like my dad since I was around the age 8. I was recently informed that my school was holding auditions for a praise band. I knew the task for preparing to audition for the school band was going to be very difficult, but I was much determined. I knew if I really wanted to dedicate myself to learning how to play the bass, I would need to clear my schedule. I would need to ask my sister to do my chores. I would also need to skip out on relaxing that evening, and I would need to stay up later than usual. The hardest task I had to do was talk my sister into doing my chores for the night. First I asked nicely. She said no. Then we began 30 minutes of negotiation to make a deal that worked out for both of us. I was now ready to find a teacher.
Sarah, can you do something for me?
What do you want, Zach?
Can you do something for me?
I need a favor.
What do you want?
I need a favor.
A real big favor.
Can you do my chores for the night?
Do your chores? It's gonna cost ya.
First thought was to ask my dad, but then I pondered I might not be as good as him. But after much thought, I finally worked the courage to ask him.
Hey, Dad!
Hey, Dad!
Hey, Dad!
What do you want, boy?
Can you teach me how to play the bass?
Play the bass? I'm playing with my puppy.
At first he was not too sure about doing it, but he finally agreed. He first started showing off a little bit, but then it was my turn. He picked a random song and told me to find the root note.
First of all, you do this. I'm gonna put on a song. You better find the root note, boy.
On the first try I found it. I was so excited I bursted out into a loud scream. But my dad was quick to calm me down. He said that if I wanted to get into the band, I was going to have to work hard and learn the other notes. In about 8 hours, I was able to play one whole song. The next day was auditions. I was so nervous. My dad went with me just so he could calm me down and to warm up the strings a little. I was the first audition of the day. I couldn't explain my nervousness and excitement level. I prayed that God would give me the courage not to be afraid, and that if it was His will to let me be in the band. While I was still lacking a little confidence, my dad gave me a smile and a nod, and suddenly I knew that I could perform well in the audition. So I did my song with only a few rough notes. The teacher smiled and said that I made the band. However, I knew that it helped that I was the only bassist trying out. I had been successful. I agree with Booker T. Washington's quote. It was not success that made me a better bass player, but the obstacles that I had overcome.